What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you can see from the title of the video, we have a band that maybe some of you guys may have heard of or maybe not. This is a sponsored video and I'm going to read out the email that I received to, request that I actually react to this in the first place. It says, "Hi Drew, my name is Sean Alvarado. I am the drummer and bassist for a band based out of Texas called Percussive Shock. I have followed your reaction videos for some time on my personal channel and appreciate your insight on the various songs you review." Thank you very much, Sean. "I wanted to reach out to you to see if there's an opportunity for you to do a video reacting to our lead single from our first EP album. We are a tiny band consisting of 2 members, myself covering drums and bass and my friend covering the guitar work." Now, I'll be honest, I get quite a few emails that are similar to this. I try to respond to as many as possible because generally people are just looking for me to, react to music that is recorded by them, in their parents' basement, and, it doesn't really value me to go ahead and do that in terms of, feedback that I would get on YouTube. So sometimes I will do these sponsored videos, but I'll be honest, the rest of the email I kind of skimmed over it, and just reading this, after speaking to Sean and deciding that we will go ahead with this video and me doing a sponsored reaction to his track, I've since realized that there is, more to this email, and it's not just asking me to react to a song for the sake of reacting to it. Now, although in saying that it is a sponsored video, I haven't actually spoken to Sean about this, but this is just going to be a genuine reaction because there is a sponsor on this video. Because Sean has sponsored this video, like, it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to just enjoy everything. I'm not just going to completely be biased in my opinions. I'm not going to just hold back on what I actually feel. If I do like it, I will say it. If there's elements that I feel as though, in my humble opinion, need critiquing, then I will just say it anyway. But the point I wanted to bring to is we produce music for fun, and this album in particular is being used for a good cause, which is, the part that I didn't really read, to be honest. We recorded 3 songs in April 2020 during the COVID-19 lockdown, and these songs were recorded remotely with collaboration through text messages and email. When we announced the album on our Facebook page, we helped raise $600 for the North Texas Food Bank to help families in the DFW area impacted by the coronavirus. We are continuing with that commitment, with all money generated from digital sales / royalties generated through 2020 being donated to the North Texas Food Bank. These songs are to put good vibes into the universe and hopefully make a positive impact in our community. We are only looking to get real feedback on our track, Fly You Fools, and hope to get your insight on this track and maybe help get some additional exposure to the songs and cause. So at the very least, guys, you have found a new band to listen to. But adding on to that a little bit extra, if you could go ahead and maybe purchase a digital version of this song, I'll have all the links in the description for these guys, regardless of my opinion on the music itself. But from Sean's email, he wants me to be objective, which is what the least I can do for him. So without any further ado, guys, we're going to jump in. This is Fly You Fools. The track, it's actually Percussive Shock. Fly You Fools is the name of the track. Also worth noting as well, I'm assuming Sean is a Dream Theater fan. He said, "P.S. we did get a shout out from Jordan Rudes from Dream Theater by submitting our song through Elijah live for feedback. He also jammed to the main theme from Fly You Fools. Below is the link to his improv jam on our song if you'd like to see that as well." And then obviously I'll add that in maybe right now.
Enough of that. So the reason I'm doing that is because I'm thinking about you and I'm thinking about your track. And this is Jordan Rudess from Dream Theater talking to you, Salvarado, and the artists of Percussive Shock. Wow, cool. And the album title, Lockdown.
pause it just to make some early observations. It does sound very professional instrumentally. I'm curious, and I'm starting to think that maybe it's I don't think he mentioned anything about vocals. Myself covering drums and bass, and my friend covering the guitar work. Okay, so maybe it is just purely an instrumental track. I wanted to reach out and see if there's an opportunity for you to do a video reacting to our lead single from our first EP album. Okay, so maybe it is just an instrumental album, or he just hasn't included that there is vocals on this. But either way, it sounds, you know, it sounds professional. It doesn't sound like, sometimes I'll get requests and, you know, it will just be unlistenable. That's why, you know, it's hard to kind of gauge what I should be taking in as a request, even if it is a sponsored video. You know, if the quality is not up to scratch from, like, sonically, you know, I don't really want to upload it. But this sounds like, you know, it does have Dream Theater elements to it. The drumming is something that I really noticed in the background that I could hear ripping through, that I enjoyed. But obviously, I know he mentioned that, Sean mentioned that they only do it for, you know, it's a passion project. You know, it's not something I'd imagine that they're trying to make a career out of. But I mean, definitely, if vocals were thrown in on top of that, you could definitely have something going there. But either way, we'll see where the track goes. It's actually quite a short one for a track that will be, you know, in my opinion, considered prog rock, and based off of, you know, his self, I suppose him proclaiming that, you know, Dream Theater are, I'd imagine, a big inspiration to them, based on the fact that, you know, he sent it on to Dream Theater and everything, and they've obviously played it back. So yeah, let's keep going. I think as much as I would love some vocals put over this, you know, that would probably be the one critique I have, is it is lacking, you know, vocals to take it to that next level. If you want to, you know, I know I've mentioned that it's not, you know, it's a passion project for these guys, so instrumentally it's sound, but, you know, I think that is a huge part of taking it to the next level, and it also is something that maybe gets overlooked by me, and I'd imagine by everyone, how important it is to have, you know, I know I've said it before, where the lead singers in bands that I've covered have, you know, they always seem to take the limelight, and when you hear a track with no lead singers, you can kind of see why their role is so important, and why a lot of the time, you know, like Till Lindemann, Ronnie Radke, like Maynard James Keenan, like these are all lead singers in big bands that their name is almost on the same level as the band itself, purely because they are the lead singer and they're like the front man of the band. So if I was to say anything, obviously, if they could get a lead singer in, you know, if you guys could get a lead singer in, then it would obviously bring the instrumentals and everything to life a bit more as well, because at the moment you can see that there is potential there, but it is almost just like lacking that spark from, you know, just even vocals to drive the song in a certain direction. You know, it doesn't really feel, there's no connection with a track when there's no vocals sometimes. You know, I'm the biggest instrumental fan, don't get me wrong, but when you don't know anything about a band, you don't know anything where they come from, there's no story, you know, that's where you need the vocalist, the lead singer, to get involved and kind of, you know, paint a picture of what the band is all about. So that is one thing that I've noticed anyway. There's a lot of layering to the instrumentals as well. I'm hearing like a lot of different sounds that are generated that I don't even know, you know, if they're mechanically put in after the track, if they're edited in afterwards, or if it's all done by the drummer. I'm not sure, but I mean, it sounds good so far, but definitely it kind of gives you a newfound appreciation for lead singers and just having any form of vocals on a track. And that's coming from someone who is a huge fan of just an instrumental track, or even just segments of a track that are hugely instrumental without lyrics, you know? Yeah, I mean, what more can I say really? Technically, obviously very, very sound. The fact that that's done, when you hear all of that and you put it all together, to me, someone who isn't, you know, a musician, an artist in any way, shape or form, when you hear that, it's very hard to establish that that could be done by two people, because there's so much layering, like I already alluded to, in the track. Like the fact that this is obviously methodically planned out, that Sean, who sent in the email, said that he is doing the drums and the bass, and then his friend is doing the guitar work. So to me, I don't think there is a live situation where this would be possible. Can you play the drums in that capacity whilst also playing the bass guitar? If so, I would enjoy seeing that. So Sean, if you have footage of you doing both at the same time, do send it in and we'll review that as well. And then obviously his friend or his bandmate doing the guitar work, I mean, that's obviously possible by himself, but it's obviously a lot done in the recording studio to create this, because you can't, you know, play this live. Or maybe I'm just naive and there's some way of doing it, but do let me know, guys. Huge thank you to Sean and Percussive Shock for sponsoring this video. And obviously, like I alluded to at the start of the video, guys, check all the links in the description if you want to help out in any way, shape or form. I know it's kind of weird times that we're going through at the moment, so any form of charity or help here and there can help out. I appreciate Sean for sponsoring this video, helping me out in weird times as well. So yeah, guys, if you did enjoy the video, if you did, you know, enjoy the track itself, if you enjoyed something different on the channel, not just, you know, your mainstream tracks, then do let me know in the comments, or do just let me know by dropping a like. Sub to the channel if you're new, guys. Plenty more content coming out over the next few weeks and months when I get all this set up sorted. My head is wrecked with it at the moment, trust me. This is my bedroom, as you can see. It's a box room, and when this whole setup video gets done, I can't wait to kind of show where it's, you know, come from, and hopefully it's going to be a huge change. But yeah, that is all for another day, guys. Thank you as always for watching the video. I'm signing out. Take care of yourselves. Cheers.